Today we're gonna react to Zack films, but someone better. Her story. But we're gonna keep watching until we get rage baited because these channels like his story and her story like to do that.
I was munching on my 5th bag of Doritos when my mom dropped me off at
Oh, this is not a good look for her story, bro. Look at
on my
this.
5th bag of Doritos when my mom
And you got Cheetos in the bag. Holy big bag.
dropped me off at fat camp.
That
I'm sorry,
story.
honey, but you need help. I sighed and turned to wave goodbye, but she was already gone. And the second I walked through the chain link gate,
Wow.
my 400-pound counselor padlocked
Yo, why is everyone fat in this story, bro?
it and pointed at the sign by the entrance.
Holy
Nobody
snap.
leaves until you're fixed. I knew I had to find a way out. I stumbled towards the line of
Holy snap. What is this?
other people my age, and that's when the 400-pound camp counselor started to speak. He stepped in front of me
This is like taking advice on how to be rich from a poor person.
and pointed his chunky finger at me. You're the worst case I've ever seen. You won't make it out of here for another year, but I was going to
Yo, look at yourself, bro. Oh, nah, this is actually... See, this is what I mean by rage bait, bro. Like, this is
do
genuine.
anything to escape. And that night at 2 a.m., I
started
heard the
doing
counselor
push-ups?
slip into the forest, and I followed him to find out if he was doing something I could expose him for. Through the tree, I saw him surrounded by buckets of fried chicken, a stack of pizza
Holy
slices that were even
snap.
taller than him, and dozens of cans of soda. I almost burst out
It's not even diet either, bro.
laughing because all I had to do to escape was tell everyone about his big secret.
Wait,
but
you need
right
to
when he
record
went to
it.
take a sip, I stepped on a branch and he immediately shot up, so I ran away before he could see me.
Hey, she can move, though. Hold on. Y'all saw them speed?
And away before he could see me. The next morning, while everyone was being weighed and we ate our usual breakfast of a singular egg and a piece of lettuce,
Oh, no, that's terrible.
I started whispering about what I saw, and that's when the counselor wobbled over. I tried to cover
Good one. Waddled over.
my mouth with my hand, but it was too late. He yanked me out of my seat and crossed my name off his clipboard in front of the whole mess hall. Liars don't graduate, he said. You just earned another 30 days stuck here. He
Bro, this guy can't even see his shoes.
leaned down to get in my face, close enough that
I just know, like, bro's just breathing. You know how some big back people just breathe? They breathe like this. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
I could smell the fried chicken on his breath, and I knew I had to expose him for the fatty he really is. You said I'm the worst case you've ever seen? Well, take one to know one. I reached up and ripped the grease-stained bag out of his jacket. It split open
Bro has an inventory of food.
at my feet, and fast food spilled everywhere. Every starving fat kid slowly turned to face him. We all slowly walked in a trance towards the burgers, fries, chicken wings, all of it half-eaten. All of our stomachs
Bro, let's save that for later, bro.
rumbled at the same time, and the counselor looked nervous. I can explain, but we were too hungry to listen anymore. One boy ripped open his jacket, and a carton of large McDonald's fries
Damn, cholesterol.
fell out of the lining. The more we dug, the more we found. And by the end of the week,
more
we
we
got
dug,
the
we
camp
bagged.
shut down, and my mom came to pick me up with a fresh bag of Doritos.
What the frick did I just watch, bro? Her story, you got something explaining to do.
I was working as a flight attendant when I saw my husband boarding my plane holding a baby that wasn't ours. A tired-looking woman was beside him. My heart sank because I didn't know who she was or what he was
I like
doing.
that-
I
the eye
opened my
twitch.
phone and read his last text message from 10 minutes ago. I'm still at work. It's so boring today. He lied to me. I went to the back of the flight to spy on him, and I saw him walk down the aisle and sit down towards the back. The woman sat beside him with her head down like she was afraid of him. Then he looked up and saw me. His face went white. He walked straight to the galley and pulled me behind the curtain. Baby, listen to me. It's not what it looks like. That woman is a co-worker. Her ex is dangerous, and I'm helping her escape to Mexico. That's why I had to lie
Isn't that like kind of bad, bro? Bro, you got the cartels there, bro.
and say I was at work. He grabbed my hands tightly. You have to trust me. But I didn't trust him because something didn't feel right. I looked back at the woman and saw her shaking with fear. I knew he was hiding something, but I just nodded my head and said I had to get back to work. He kissed my forehead and went back to his seat. If he wasn't going to tell me the truth, I'd find out through
Bro, like love bombed her so she doesn't get mad. So her story doesn't get mad.
her. So I waited until he went to the bathroom, and I walked straight to the woman. I grabbed a napkin and wrote, "I'm his wife. Are you in danger?" I pressed it into her hand. She read it and wrote down her response. And just as she handed it to me, I saw the bathroom door unlock, and I
my
ran
gosh,
to
oh my
the
gosh,
back.
oh my
I
gosh.
called the police and told them to have officers at the gate when we
Wait.
land. When
We don't know why
the
she's...
plane landed, I stood by the door like everything was normal. Passengers started walking off. My husband walked toward the exit with the woman. When he stepped off the jet bridge, two officers
police!
were waiting. Sir, we need to ask you some questions about the woman and child you're traveling with. His smile dropped. They turned him around and put him in handcuffs. He looked back at me. Baby, what's going on? Tell them this is a mistake. The woman was standing behind me. For the first time, she spoke. He hurt me at work and I got pregnant. That baby
Bro, this is a classic her story, his story type story, bro. It's like just crazy scenarios happening.
Be is his. He's been paying me every month to keep my mouth shut. He put me on this flight to get rid of me in Mexico so you'd never know. I took off my ring and threw it at him. I hope you rot in Mexican prison.
Oh, long ass middle finger though. Hold on, look at this, look at this, look at this. Damn.
My 6-year-old daughter, Thalia, came back from her dad's house, cutting her own hair that already had chunks of hair missing. When I grabbed the scissors,
What
she
are we doing,
whispered,
bro?
"Stop. I have to be ugly, otherwise they'll take me."
Whoa, nah, that's actually crazy. I feel like there's like bad men looking for this child, bro. Oh, that actually sucks. I see where the story's going.
She was shaking so hard when she said it that she threw up. "Thalia, who will take you?"
The frick? That was insane, no?
"What are you talking about?" I begged, my heart broken. Finally, she took a deep breath and said, "Daddy's friends choose one girl to spend time with in the basement. I have to make sure I'm the ugly one, otherwise they'll choose me." She couldn't say anything else without hyperventilating, so I just tucked her into bed and told her everything would be okay. But I had to find out what was going on, especially before it was time for Thalia to visit her dad again. As soon as she was asleep, I called my ex a dozen times. He finally picked up on the 13th ring. What happened?
13. So what, bro? Yo, her story, bro. Your stories are actually insane, Dash. The frick?
To our daughter?
What are these
I asked.
details?
Why did she come home with hair missing?
Why is
just
he
laughed.
there?
Relax. You sound insane right now. And if you try to get me into trouble, I'll make sure to get full custody of our daughter and you'll never see her again.
Bro.
He hung up. For 2 days, I watched as my 6-year-old daughter deteriorated in front of me, and I had no idea why. But the next day, I finally got a clue, because that's when Raquel came over. Raquel was one of my ex's 7 daughters that he had with 5 different women, all with
This guy's a player, bro. Bro cracks every woman he sees. Damn.
weekend custody arrangements. She came to hang out with my daughter, and she had chunks of hair missing too. That's when I realized this wasn't just happening to my daughter. I collected more evidence from texts from 5 other mothers who all said their daughters were missing hair and talking about a basement. And the next day, I went to the police with photos of the
Watch, the police ain't gonna do shit.
girls' destroyed hair and evidence I'd collected. But
Right.
the officer just looked me in the
Yeah, bro's eating a donut. Bro's fat. Like he should go to that fat camp we saw earlier, bro.
eye and said, "We can't justify using our resources to investigate this." I had
Alright, nah, whoa, I'm at what, like 25% of stopping this video, bro. Like, yo, what you mean we can't justify using our resources on this, bro?
no more time to find out what was going on, and I was forced to send Thalia to my ex's place for the custody arrangements. As I drove there, Thalia gripped my hand in the car so tight her knuckles went white. "Mommy, what will happen if I can't make myself ugly enough this time? I don't want to go to the basement anymore. I don't want to hang out with Daddy's friends."
That's
I just
scary.
smiled and dropped her off. Because I had a plan, I texted my cousin Marco, an ex-veteran. All I said was, "My daughter's in trouble, and my pin drop location." He replied with, "I'll be there in 20 minutes." Marco arrived with his brother Santiago.
Oh,
They'd done
snap.
2 tours in Afghanistan together, knew how to make people talk. We
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is what
pulled up to my ex's
got the
place,
gang,
and he
bruh.
came out smiling, ready to gloat about custody, but his face changed when he saw Marco. "Get inside," Marco said quietly. We shoved past him and walked straight in.
Oh,
His
yeah.
girlfriend tried to run away. Santiago had her zip-tied to a chair in seconds. My ex backed against the wall. Marco found the latch to the basement.
What the frick? This whole basement is like, bro, what is this basement, bro? A whole 3 locks. Nah, you should know. You just know they're up to no good, bro. 3 locks. Wow.
Latch to the basement. It had 3 locks, just like Thalia said. Marco picked them in under a minute. My ex went white. "You can't go down there. Please. You
Bro, what do we got down here, bro? This guy's Epstein.
don't understand." I walked down those stairs. What I found down there made me physically sick. My ex and his girlfriend are serving life sentences now.
Honestly, I'm glad we don't know what's happened down there. Honestly, just let us stay curious, bro. Ignorance is a bliss.
I was awake in my hospital bed.
Damn, bro, the freaking timeline changes. We went from what, 10-year-old her story to now 60, 70, 84-year-old
breathing through the
her
oxygen
story.
machine that kept me alive when my nephew burst in, his eyes glued to his phone. My battery is on 1%.
Bro, what's bro playing, huh? Is that Clash Royale? Bro.
I'm in the middle of my game. He dropped into the chair beside me and ripped my oxygen machine plug out
Oh my, bro, pulled the plug.
of the wall. He jammed his charger into the socket and breathed a sigh of relief. "Okay, it's charging." My chest instantly tightened, but his thumbs just moved across the screen for his Clash Royale game like
Honestly, this is the average iPad kid, bro.
nothing.
Glued
The
to
ceiling
their-
began tilting
their
sideways
frickin'
because my brain
screens.
no longer had oxygen, and I used all my strength to grab his arm over the railing. "Please plug back in." I spoke as little as possible not to waste oxygen, but he shoved my hand away. "Don't touch my screen, you'll make me lose. I've
That's crazy. If I was her story, bro, I would take a deep breath, freaking punch him across the face, bro. Oh my god. Bro, look at this, bro. His face is just punchable.
One base left, you can wait 2 minutes. I clawed one hand toward the call button on the rail, but his elbow was planted over it, and I didn't have the air left to ask him to move.
No.
My body started shaking, and that's when he jumped from the chair, punching the air. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just won. He turned the phone to me, pointing at the screen I couldn't see. My eyes began rolling back. I hadn't took a breath in over 2 minutes. My legs were shaking. It was the worst pain of my life. But
Bro, that's actually bad because like holding your breath, we don't die, guys. Like try holding your breath as long as possible, and like imagine that feeling. You're like, dude, imagine feeling it.
He was just there opening his rewards chest, eyes fixed on the screen. The room
Bro,
narrowed into a dark tunnel, and that's when a nurse came to check on me. She dropped her clipboard when she saw my unplugged oxygen machine and instantly swapped out his charger. My nephew's screen went dark, and he threw his arms in the air. Now, my game won't save. He screamed and tried to unplug.
Bro, you're playing Clash Royale. What you mean your game won't save?
My machine, but the nurses stopped him. Oxygen flew back into my lungs as I heaved back to life. I opened my eyes just in time to see hospital security putting cuffs on him.
This gotta be rage me because, bro, this is your nephew, bro. Yeah, your nephew is the worst nephew on earth, bro. The worst.
My 4-year-old took one look at her baby brother and burst into tears. What's wrong with his face? Lucy had spent months getting ready. She drew pictures of
What you mean by that, bro?
her and her baby brother, practiced changing diapers on her dolls, and saved up her allowance to buy him a teddy bear. When we brought James home from the hospital, she was waiting at the door. She saw him in his car seat and her whole face fell. Take him back. This isn't the baby from the pictures.
Yo, wait, what?
She meant the pregnancy app we'd been showing her. Chubby, smiling, 3 months old, not fresh from the womb. For 3 days, Lucy refused to look at him and called him the wrinkly thing.
Bro, how you gonna practice all that, and then boom. This is why y'all never have expectations, bro. If you have your mindset where you don't have expectations and you just ride the way and whatever happens, you are stress-free. You don't care about anything.
Catch her peeking at him from around corners and running away, disgusted. Day 4, she walked up while I was feeding him and stared at his face for a full minute. He opened his eyes and looked right at her. She gasped, "Mom, the potato has eyes." From that moment,
Yo, potato has eyes. Nice, good one, bro.
his name was Potato. Can I hold Potato? Why does Potato smell so bad?
What the frick? Yo, nah, if my parents name me Potato, yo, I'm leaving the house, bro. Even at the youngest age I can, bro. Yo, that's actually terrible.
Bought him her best Barbie, and he just laid there. "Mom, I think Potato is broken. He's leaking." The turning point was the first time he smiled at her. A real smile, not gas. She screamed so loud she woke him up. "Mom, Potato likes me. He has feelings." After that, she was obsessed and would tell anyone who'd listen. My mom made a potato baby. He's useless but cute. Warning, he might poop while you're looking. At preschool show, and tell she brought his picture. This is James, but I call him Potato because he looked like one when he was born. He's better now, but he still can't do anything useful. James is 18 months old now, walking and talking. Lucy still calls him Potato. Last week at the park, another mom asked his name. "James," I said. "Potato," both kids said at the same time. His first word wasn't mama or dada. He pointed at himself and said, "Tato."
Oh, see, look, this is not bad. I like this, bro. This is nice and wholesome.
I felt myself get my first period while I was wearing white jeans.
And period cramps, y'all. And period cramps. I drink matcha. I wear wired earbuds. I read books, bro. And period cramps. Yeah.
And I knew I had to do something.
I'm 6'5",
I shot
by the
my
way.
hand up so fast my elbow cracked the desk. "Mrs. Harmon, can I please use the bathroom? It's an
Let me guess. Teacher says no. Let me
lady
guess.
emergency." She didn't even turn around from the board. "I don't care if you're giving birth. No one interrupts my class for the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm 90% knowing this of her story, bro.
You'll stay in your seat." Savannah, the most popular girl in school, glanced back at me, and I was sure she was already picking out my new nickname to bully me with. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of class without anyone making fun of me. I quickly glanced in my bag, but when I saw I had nothing to cover myself with, I pressed into my chair and prayed nobody would look. The boys in the back were laughing, but the girls had gone dead quiet. And when the teacher saw me fidgeting with my hands with tears in my eyes, she smiled even harder.
Yo, where do you find these teachers to be doing this? Because, like, I swear, like, if you tell a teacher you gotta go to the bathroom, like, there's some serious emergency, they will let you, bro. Nah, but with her story teachers, you better stay there until the end of class. No bathroom breaks.
"Since you have so much energy for interruptions, come up and show us the answer to number 6. My knees started wobbling. She wanted me to stand up so I could be humiliated by everyone. She clicked her fingers. Now, I stood up on shaking knees, and the laughter cut off into one sharp gasp, because now everyone could see it. My eyes darted around the room because I was desperate to find someone who could help. That's when Savannah, the most popular girl in school—
Come on, Savannah. Y'all both girls. Y'all understand, bro. Come on. Yo, I have some empathy, please.
Smiled and stood up. She pulled off her jacket, the white one that cost more than my whole closet, and tied it around my waist in front of the whole class. Then she turned to Mrs. Harmon. "You did this to me at the start of the year. You made me sit there for 2 hours. I won't let you do it to her too." Mrs. Harmon's face went blotchy red as she slammed her marker on the tray. "Sit down right now, or it's detention.
Bro, I'm pretty sure if you appeal the attention to the principal, the principal understands. Damn!
Savannah laced her fingers through mine and looked her dead in the eye, then give
Ooh,
all of us
hold
detention.
up.
One by one, every girl in that classroom stood up. Mrs. Harmon was still yelling about suspensions as 20 girls walked me out the door. Right before we walked out, I stopped at the door and turned around. Sorry for interrupting your class. The principal immediately noticed and rushed over, and Savannah told him everything in the hallway. Within the hour, the principal was walking Mrs. Harmon out of the same room that she wouldn't let me out of. After school, I tried to give Savannah the jacket back. She pushed it back into my hands. Keep it. Pass it on when it's someone else's turn. I felt myself get...
There you guys have it, y'all. Her story. I actually like that. But that teacher has to go. If you guys want to see more content like this, click this video here and subscribe to her story, bro. Peak stories, but they may rage bait you.